lights out, all I do is say so. You're wrong, thinking you're right.
Hey everybody, I'm Lee and this is HippiNoire. Today I am starting my new series that is going to come out on Sundays, which are my coffee talks. I was going to make them cannabis cafes, but I want to talk about random things in this series, and sometimes when I'm high I get really tongue-tied and I don't know what to say. So I figured, let's just have coffee talks every Sunday together and we can talk about whatever. So this week I am going to talk to you guys about how I get myself out of depression ruts and just like depression in general, and how I overcome my depression and some anxiety so that I can be productive and do things throughout the day, especially because I don't have a regular job right now. So it's been very difficult to not just be like laying in bed every day, but I have just found a few tips that really work for me when I'm feeling really depressed and when I'm feeling really unproductive and just like I can't do anything. So we're just gonna go through the tips while we drink our coffee. I made myself a iced mocha latte, which you can see me make in my ASMR video that I will put in the little like eye thingy. I don't know which side. I'm new to YouTube, so I don't know which side. I want to say it's this side though. I feel like it's this side. We're gonna go with that. So I just have my little notebook of the tips that I want to tell you guys just so that I don't forget. So my first tip for this is to wake up early. And by early, I don't mean you need to wake up at 4 a.m. You don't need to wake up at 5 a.m. I don't mean that, because that, especially when you're depressed, that's really daunting and you're not gonna be able to do it. And if you do it for a few days, maybe it'll be great and you'll get into the hang of it. But for the most part, you'll probably just be like, fuck this, I don't wanna do it anymore. It's too early. So I'm talking like 7 a.m. My last alarm is 7:05 and that is when I get up. So it's still early and some people might be like, that's still too early. But for me at least, I'm really productive in the morning, and as the day goes, I get less and less productive. So waking up early, I just immediately feel more productive. And this also just like gives you more time in the day. I get really daunted that if like I don't have things done by like 12, my day is like done. I don't know why. So waking up early is really helpful with that. And it's just nice to not be sleeping your whole day away. My second tip is to just work out for 5 minutes a day. I have a stationary bike that I wheel into my room every day, and I do at least 5 minutes. I either do like 5 minutes or a mile, which is roughly like 5 to 7 minutes. This is something that I just realized I need to do because I get really anxious about working out. I don't know why that is, but it does. It gets me really anxious. A lot of things get me anxious, if we're being fair. So I knew that I'm not doing enough physical activity and it's making my mind really jumbled. So I was like, okay, 5 minutes is better than nothing. And don't think about the workout for like losing weight. This is literally just for your mental and emotional health. It just helps. Even 5 minutes literally helps. I've done more today than most days. Like, I have already worked out, I have already showered, I have made my coffee. I did my makeup for you guys. The last like 3 days, I have not been good about doing this, and I feel so much better today because I did my routine again. This is really for your mind. It is not to lose weight, because that was the thing that was really hard for me, is that I was like, oh, well, like, I don't want to do an hour, I don't want to do a half hour, so I'm just not going to do anything at all. But it's like 5 minutes is better than nothing. Do it for your mental health, do it for your emotional health. It will clear your mind, I promise. It helps. My next tip is to find one thing in your day that you're just like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna actively enjoy this. My thing is my coffee. That's why I wanted to do these Sunday coffee talks with you guys, because I love coffee. I take the time every day. I sit down, I enjoy my coffee, I plan my day I watch some Criminal Minds if I want to, or I'll smoke some weed. who knows, whatever the day may bring, but I make sure that I sit down and I truly, truly enjoy my coffee. Now, your thing does not have to be coffee. That's just me. That's the thing that I chose. It could literally be anything, just not thinking about anything but playing with your dog, playing with any type of pet, sitting outside and just enjoying the fresh air for 10 minutes. If you want to sit in the sun, just to soak up some vitamin D for 10 minutes and just like really enjoy. I think it slows down your day and it reminds you that there are really good things in life and that every day there is something that you can enjoy. And it can be different things every day. Just make sure that you take time to realize like, okay, like this is a great thing. I'm really enjoying it. And especially when you're depressed, that's hard, but it's really, really, really important. I also think meditating for at least 5 minutes is good, especially if you have anxiety. Meditating is really good for that. Deep breathing is something that can really help with anxiety. I know that like when I get anxious, I sigh a lot, and that's just like my body's way of being like, okay, you need to take a deep breath. My body like literally makes me do it. It really helps your outlook for the day because you're just taking a moment, you're not looking at your social media, you're not doing any of that, you're just being with yourself, and that's really nice. I can only do 5 minutes at this point right now, but the more you do it, the better you'll get at it, and just keep practicing. Start with 5 minutes, and do a guided one. Another thing is like getting out of your pajamas and like taking a shower. I know how difficult it is to shower when you're depressed. It just feels like so daunting, but it always makes you feel better, always. I do that when I'm sick too, and I think getting out of pajamas, even if you don't shower, getting out of pajamas and putting on a little bit more real clothes still can be comfy because we're in a pandemic, you're still depressed. So put on like leggings or whatever, but just don't put on what you wore in bed. Like just switch it up. It'll help. It'll just make you feel like you're not just stuck in bed all day, which I know we all wish we could do, but it's really not good for us. My last tip is to go outside or get some type of natural light. You can just go get the mail, you can take a step onto your porch, get that natural light. Even if it's not sunny, there's still natural lighting outside. During this pandemic, especially if you're being good about it, which I really, really hope that you are, you're probably not going out that much. Going outside, even for just a second, really grounds you and reminds you that you're not in your own little world in your house. Like, there's a big world, you're fine. I think that really helps me. And if you can get sunlight, that is the best thing. Some depression comes from a lack of vitamin D. So if you are feeling depressed, you might have a vitamin D deficiency. I don't go out in the sun that much because look at my pale ass face. I want to age gracefully, basically. But if you are feeling depressed, maybe take a vitamin D supplement. Speaking of that, why don't I take my vitamin D? I put all of my supplements into little jars. Just getting yourself out of that depression rut can be so difficult sometimes, and you're not alone. So many people, including myself, are going through this, and I just want to help you guys because no one should feel depressed. It's not a fun thing. I wouldn't wish depression on anybody at all, but there are ways in which we can help ourselves. The most important thing, though, is probably therapy. I would say a therapist is going to help immensely. A therapist will help you throughout the course of your life, through your future, for how you cope with things, everything like that. But these are just tips on how to get you through your day-to-day life without feeling like you have no purpose or you just don't have the will or the ambition to do something. Depression really killed my ambition in life, and I'm really, really trying to get it back. This routine is really the only thing that's really been helping me recently to get my ambition back, and that's why I wanted to make this. Have you lost your ambition to depression? Is there anything before you were depressed that you're like, I want back? let's do it together because I want to be successful as fuck. I hope you enjoyed this coffee talk. I'm thinking about just keeping it here in front of my coffee cart. Sometimes I will smoke weed, I promise, but I want this to be more universal for people who don't smoke weed. Please let me know if you enjoyed this coffee talk. If you have taken any of these tips and are doing them, or you're planning on doing them, I would really love to know. I would love to hear how you're doing. And let me know if you ever need to talk about depression. I am always around. You can comment on this video. You can send me a DM on Instagram. My @ is HippiNoire, the same as it's spelled here, but I will also link it below. If you like weed, beauty, coffee, and lifestyle content, please subscribe to my channel, HippiNoire. We are gonna be putting up 3 videos a week. Don't know why I said we, it's only this gal. But on Thursdays, I will be putting out a beauty video, and then on Fridays, I will be putting out like a miscellaneous video, probably weed related. Sundays are gonna be coffee talks, such as this, of just different topics. I'd love to hear what you want to hear as well. But until you guys give me suggestions, I'm just gonna talk about what I want. If you have any interest in that content, I would love for you to join me. 3 videos a week. Who could ask for more? All right, guys. Cheers. Bye.
Lights out,